charge. The logistics of owning a gorilla in your suburban home. So first, you gotta take into account the weight and stature of this thing. It's 350 pounds and it's gotta be eating pounds and pounds of grass and bananas every day. And how docile is it? At one point or another, it's gonna get angry, and then what are you gonna do? When your dog gets mad, it goes to the bathroom on the floor or something. But this guy will rip your head off. The gorilla also needs to go on walks, so you need to take into account the lives of your neighbors. You wouldn't want a repeat of the massacre of 1995, would you? Here are some tips and tricks for walking your gorilla through a suburban neighborhood. Number 1. Dress it up in nice clothes. People are more likely to mistake your gorilla for a human if they see it in nice clothes. Number 2. Teach your gorilla to do a flip. Your neighbors will be so much safer in the presence of a gorilla who can do a flip. Who wouldn't? Number 3. Allow your gorilla to quietly maul a neighbor every once in a while. Do this no more than once a month in a quiet place late at night where no one will hear you. This will help to appease the gorilla. Even if you get the gorilla to be somehow docile, not ripping your head off, you have to account for the social benefits and negatives of having such a pet. Will people want to go to your house if they know you have a 300-pound gorilla? Will they flock to your home or steer far away from you? How many net friends will you get from owning a southwestern African gorilla in your basement? Furthermore, there are the economics to consider. Aside from the fact that it is illegal to own such an exotic pet, your town council probably hasn't thought to make a law against it by now. Food will have to be paid for and more, along with the person to ship the gorilla to your house. The enclosure in your backyard will need to be constructed with very strong materials to prevent the gorilla from escaping, and it needs viable space. In such a small basement or a small backyard, it will quickly become neurotic and dangerous. As a result, it will need to be taken on walks, perhaps with shock collars in order to prevent its escape. Gorilla watch signs will need to be posted all around the neighborhood so people know there's a wild African gorilla living on the street. Please note that gorillas are not child-friendly. You should not put your gorilla near a child. You should not put your child near a gorilla. If you're unsure whether your gorilla is near a child, here are some steps to figure it out. There's a small humanoid creature near your gorilla. You hear screams near your gorilla. One often overlooked element of caring for your gorilla is education. Your gorilla needs to learn some profession if he wants to make it in life. Here are some steps for enrolling your gorilla into school. Number 1. Start with elementary school, preferably a big one with many children so your gorilla will have an easier time making friends. Number 2. You shouldn't tell the school about a gorilla, they prefer a surprise. Just bring the gorilla into school whenever you think he's ready. Number 3. Don't bother paying a gorilla at lunch, the school will provide food. Just make sure your gorilla is very hungry before he goes so he'll be more likely to eat all the healthy food the school will provide. Is your gorilla having trouble fitting in school? Try to bring him to a petting farm to be socially constituted with all the other animals. Ever tried slipping a pig? Pigs come in many shapes and forms, which can be displaced accordingly. Flying pigs are also common in many neighborhoods due to the fact that they are invasive species, destroying local fauna, flora, and barbershops. Gorillas can help with slipping pigs due to their muscle and manpower. Bathe the gorilla. It's probably stinking up the house and smells absolutely terrible, and bathing your gorilla will make sure it stays hygienic and clean until it eventually rips your head off. Please note that gorillas are not house pets. When they get angry, they scream, and such a sound will be heard all down your street. It will not be long before the noise complaints come rattling in, and when you own a gorilla, sooner or later you have to take legal action or to ensure your gorilla's safety. Recommendations for when the town tries to take away your gorilla include hiring an attorney. What better individual to defend a gorilla than a gorilla itself? Gorilla attorney. It's also very important that you bond with your gorilla. Gorilla is enjoying grooming, and it's important that you and your gorilla groom each other if you want to form a bond with him. Gorillas enjoy nature, so make sure you groom outside, preferably somewhere like a public park. Invite others to join in, so you may even be able to form a community. In the event that the gorilla mauls you while you are grooming it, please follow the following steps. Number 1. Sternly point your finger at the gorilla and say no mauling. 2. Give the gorilla a time out. 3. Take away the gorilla's TV time. 4. Tell the gorilla that he will lose his monthly mauling privileges. So you guys like saying?